It is a great honor to introduce a speaker who will address the valiant class of 2022, whose commencement ceremony was held remotely due to the pandemic, but are here today to be recognized. The class of 2022 address will be delivered to you by the one, the only, the extraordinary Brian Selznick, illustration alumnus of the class of 1988. Brian is the author and illustrator of many books for children, including the inimitable text-image 500-plus page tome titled The Invention of Hugo Cabret, a Caldecott Medal winner and the basis for Martin Scorsese's Oscar-winning film Hugo. His other books include Wonderstruck, The Miracles, Kaleidoscope, Live Oak with Moss. That latter, the first book for an adult audience based on 12 poems by Walt Whitman. Brian has collaborated on many other publications, including the Doll People Trilogy by Anne M. Martin and Laura Godwin, the Caldecott Honor book, The Dinosaurs of Waterhouse Hawkins by Barbara Kerley, and Baby Monkey Private Eye, a beginning reader he created with his husband, David Serlin. In addition to his many books, Brian has worked professionally as a puppeteer and written for the stage, including an updated version of the Nutcracker performed at the Joffrey Ballet in Chicago and choreographed by Tony Award winner Christopher Wheeldon. Together, they are currently collaborating with Ryan Scott Oliver on a musical adaptation of The Invention of Hugo Cabret. Please welcome Class of 2020 speaker Brian Selznick.
Thank you very much. I'd like to also just quickly acknowledge our hardworking ASL interpreter. Thank you very much for making us accessible. That is not an easy job. In April of 2020, when it was clear the lockdown wasn't going to be ending anytime soon, I got an email from Roseanne Summerson, who was then the president of RISD. She told me about the video commencement they were creating for the students. Her email said, "I am writing to ask if you would participate by contributing a brief, informal video message. We want to do something truly special for this graduating class that has experienced such a challenging end to their time at RISD. Our guiding message is this: RISD class of 2020, we see you right now and we celebrate you." I was very honored to be asked to be a part of this virtual event, so I put on a tuxedo, sat in front of my automaton from Hugo, and read the following words. "Hello. I am Brian Selznick, sheltering in place in Brooklyn, New York, with Mr. Automaton from Hugo." My husband was stuck on the other side of the country, but that's another story. "I graduated as an illustration major in 1988. The diploma we got that year was printed on a hammer. The joke was that we were going to get a diploma we could actually use." To the class of 2020, the class of perfect vision, who have the distinct and very strange honor of being the first class in RISD history to graduate from the privacy of your own homes. When I graduated, it felt like I was walking into something vast and scary and unknown. Today, you are actually walking into something vast and scary and unknown. But the difference is the entire world is walking with you. We're doing it together. And we need to remember how lucky we are because we are the ones who make art. Art is how we breathe as a species, how we tell stories, and how we find our way. Then I picked up my hammer and I said, "Here is your diploma. Use it to smash things down and use it to rebuild. Use it to make beautiful things. Congratulations." So, here we are, 2 graduations later, and it seems like 200,000 years have passed. Class of 2020, it is so nice to finally see you in person. And class of 2022, it is so nice to meet you. When I was at RISD, the one thing I was sure of, maybe the only thing I felt certain about, was that I did not want to be a children's book illustrator. I took no classes with Chris Van Allsburg or David Macaulay. I did not attend the lecture given by Maurice Sendak, and I did no illustrating while at school. I was an illustration major only because, at the time, there were no requirements. So I was able to pursue theater up the hill at Brown, which is what I really wanted to do. My thesis in illustration was a set design at Brown. My plan was to go to Yale for stage design and then work in the theater. But fate had other plans, and here I am today, so grateful to have lived a life making books for children. But over the years, I've also designed sets, made puppet shows, written screenplays and musicals and ballets. We do not need to be just one thing. Everything informs everything. Perhaps learning how to be different things is something that had actually been instilled in me at RISD, though I wasn't aware of it at the time. In fact, many of the most important things I've come to understand about my life and my work may have also had their roots in RISD, such as ask for help, don't get too comfortable, don't have a wheelhouse, do things you don't know how to do. Don't compare yourself to others. Being smart really means you're aware how much you don't know. Earn your confidence. If you know how to do something, it probably means you're doing the wrong thing. Say thank you and you're welcome and mean it. Learn how to take a compliment. Your time and your talent are worth money. What feels like chaos in the present becomes a story when you survive it and look back, and cliches can be helpful. Speaking of cliches, in 1988, our graduation hammer read as a little bit of a cynical joke, but I wasn't kidding in the video when I said that you're all getting a hammer for your graduation. I know that saying hammers can smash things down and build them back up is a cliche. But in the right hands, cliches can transform like magic tricks into transcendence. They can point towards truth, and we need truth now more than ever. We need you, hammer in hand, and we need what only you can say. Look at the hammers in your hands as if you've never seen a hammer before. Imagine yourself in a state of grace. And from this state of grace, go live your large, mysterious, beautiful, expansive lives and build the world you want to live in. Thank you very much, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.